Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, there have been so many questions about how William Ruto ended up with an incompetent government that has really led the country into a very wrong path. The country is sinking, the economy is failing. People are now making a lot of noise because they are saying that we will not allow this man to destroy our own country. The biggest problem has been all about the appointments. When Ruto was appointing people to position of power and leadership, was he making serious considerations in terms of the experience, the expertise, or it was all about politics who supported him, those who are aligned to him, or what went wrong? The reality is that Ruto was gifting those individuals who had supported him. So that kama una support yeye ukikuja na mtu anampea kazi without considering the experience that the person has. That is how we have messed. From all ministries, you go to other independent bodies like police, you go to judiciary, you go to parliament, like everywhere. It is a fail. And there is something Pauline Njoroge was reacting to in terms of how Ruto ended up appointing the current IG of police, Japhet Koome, replacing Mutiambai, who had not yet retired. Hakuwa amefikisha kiwango ya kwenda nyumbani. But he was picked out. This is what Pauline Njoroge said here. Politicians recommended to Ruto who to hire, even for the position as high as PS level. He never took time to interrogate those people in terms of their competence and experience. He was quick to please those who had been politically aligned to him and barely questioned their recommendations. Yaani umeleta tu mtu pap, huulizi alikuwa anafanya wapi, ako na experience ya kiwango gani, wewe unaweka tu. And that is how we ended up with the most incompetent presidential appointments in Kenya's history. You remember what John Badi said? Ruto has asked for his skunk and we will give him. As he makes changes, if he will, because he's saying so, this is the mistake that he should not repeat. You know the mistake? It was the appointment of IG Koome. Because Ruto is saying that he's going to make changes. Even his people are telling him to do away with this cabinet and start afresh. Listen to this article that was in the newspaper. Koome's conduct that he is unfit. Meona vile police wana act saizi, Koome ako wapi? You can't see his face. You can't see direction. You can't hear anything from him. But a lot of problems. When Raila asked him to stop killing people during protest, he said Raila ampendi because of Raila is a tribalist person. Listen to this story here. On the day President William Ruto appointed his cabinet in 2024, a very interesting conversation between him and the former head of public service, Joseph Kinyua, was captured on tape. Did you finish? I quote him. Did you finish with that Koome fellow? The president inquired moment after informing the country consultations had been ongoing to identify the next Inspector General of Police following earlier retirement of Hilary Mutyambai. Where is the Koome? Anaitwa nani? Koome. The president pressed further. Nani jina ingine? Hiyo ingine sijui. You can just say Koome. Kinyua politely whispered back to the president. The president was not done. he is currently what the president asked, after which the now helpless Kinyua returned, Sijui, Your Excellency, with disappointment registered all over his face. The president then promised to release the name of the new IG later that afternoon. This conversation was captured on a camera, and if you don't believe this article, just listen to this.
Overcome all the challenges that are there. Did you finish with that comment? Currently what? Yes. Okay. Once I conclude my consultations with the head of public service here, the name of the new Inspector General of Police will be released this afternoon. So, with those many remarks, ladies and gentlemen.
So, this confirms that even William Ruto himself was appointing people to serious, critical position without knowing the people he's appointing. Hawezi ongea hivi kama alikuwa anajua Japhet Koome ni nani. Imagine they're appointing someone with one name, they don't know the other name. That means they don't know about his history, his performance, his experience. They were not aware. But because someone suggested that weka comments, yeye alikuwa kashakwa manani. Koma akaiko hapo. Even the former who anaitwa nani? Japhet Kinyua hakuwa anamjua. This public service person hajui Koome ni nani. But because someone has suggested that pair Koome kazi, even Kinyua as a public service in charge hakujua. Total embarrassment. So now you know where the failure is coming from. Fulana ameleta tu jina pale kwa sababu mlikampeni na yeye, ni mtu wako, you want to please the person, you take the name without serious consideration in experience of this person. Yani haumjui kabisa. But look, this is going to be the IG of police. So now I was looking for more time to go and come out now with 2 names. What if there were 2 names? He will mention the names. But because only one name was captured, and indeed look at the incompetence of the current IG Japhet Koome, Wakenya wanauawa tu, wanaume wamenyamaza. When they were going to invade Uhuru Kenyatta's family land, the Northland, police were withdrawn. Japhet Koome. The Senate now has become a house of reason as of now. They are questioning such kind of conduct. Lakini sile sijui na kujanga wapi ikifika mahali ya kupiga kura wanaanza kuchukua political alignment rather than standing with the people's position. But this proves you the kind of people are in a position of leadership under Ruto. Those who are failing William Ruto. So imagine, this is the man who need to advise Ruto on security matters. Look on his failures, how police are operating. So they're telling William Ruto, you promised to do changes. Hope you won't repeat the same mistake like this one. He has been used as an example to show more. And John Badi, the ODM chair, warned William Ruto of the incompetence of the kind of cabinet he has. But it was clear, because Ruto has asked for his count, let us give him. But he warned them that these people are incompetent, they are not worthy, they should not be appointed to any position of leadership. Karibu 70 to 50% ilikuwa wrong. And that's how this man has failed. Even when he's making consideration on his finance bill, he fails. So John Mbadi was also right, and he has been vindicated.
But Mr. Speaker, looking at this cabinet in totality, I have my fears. We are approving, if we do approve, we are approving a cabinet that is not so competent. We are approving a cabinet that I think the mindset of the appointing authority was not on service delivery. This is not a cabinet that is going to bring economic revolution in this country. This is not a cabinet that is going to have Kenya take off from a middle-income economy. This is a cabinet that lacks competence, integrity in many aspects. So what was informing the appointment of these members to the cabinet? If you can have Aisha Juma tasked with the responsibility of reforming our civil service, which has challenges, I fear that is not something that is going to work. This is a cabinet that was informed by political expediency. The president has actually appointed 2027 campaign managers, regional campaign managers. The president is simply telling us that we give him a cabinet that is not going to function because he's ready to run the entire government system, machinery and structure from State House using advisors. Otherwise, we would not have a cabinet that we have today. The cabinet is deficient in terms of academic, in terms of professional competence, in terms of experience, in terms of integrity. Many people with cases. Look at the case of Davis Churchill, Mr. Speaker. This is the same gentleman who was removed from office in 2015. Removed from office on matters of corruption. This gentleman, how many Kenyans, if you ask them today, would remember that he was holding the docket of energy? Very few, meaning he left no impact in that ministry. And then you are leaving a lady you have already appointed to the cabinet called Rebecca Miano, who has enough experience, expertise, knowledge, capacity to run the Ministry of Energy, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order from Chief Konga.
What is the point of order? It's just argument. Point of argument, you're wasting my time.
Mr. Speaker, you know, Honorable Mbadi knows that I know the law. I rise pursuant to Standing Order number 83, as read together with Standing Order number 91, on the accuracy of your information. Mr. Speaker, would it be in order for Honorable Mbadi, who has been sitting in this house, he knows that Mr. Chirchiri was never charged in any court of law. He was removed in a very capricious manner. He cannot quote any case here. He is just bringing some market talk from outside. Mr. Speaker, he is under an obligation to be accurate. If he thinks that somebody is corrupt, he should give us. In any event, you had the government the last time. You should have charged him in a court of law. But you cannot just come and engage in a market talk here, in a serious house, Honorable Mbadi. For goodness sake, please, what a case in which Honorable Chirchir has been convicted or has been charged with an offense.
Honorable Mbadi.
You know, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Chief Konga is lucky that Chief Kut is no longer there. He would lose in the next election. Mr. Speaker, the threshold, Mr. Speaker, the threshold under Chapter 6 is higher than cases being in court and such like, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the threshold for approval in this House, we are not a court of law. In this House, we are approving you based on your capacity to hold office. Look at the lady Penina. She is being disapproved simply because she could not talk properly in the committee. And you are telling me that a name that has been brought here by none other than the president as having been mentioned in matters corruption, that person is as clean as cotton. Mr. Speaker, let us be serious. even if, and I've never been in government except in 2008 to 2013 when I was in Nusumukati government. I have never been in government since that time, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, we have a choice to make either decision to reject over 60% of these names or give President Ruto his skunk. Let us not interfere with it. We give it to him. He has asked for it. Let us give him his cabinet. We know he's going to run the government from State House. These are not people who can run a government. Apart from a few individuals who are not even more than 8, the rest are incompetent, unqualified, have integrity issues, are people who cannot deliver this country from where it is to the next level that we want the country to move in. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
So when with all this, it confirms that Ruto is a failed president because he refused to listen. Instead, he was just pleasing his friends. So the government we are having comprised of the worst advisors and leadership that we should ever have as a government. He has promised to correct this. Will he really do that? I don't know. Let us be in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you so much and see you in our next video.